So on number 1 and 2, I marked the points for you. You're going to have to find the points on the classwork. So you follow the line until it hits a perfect intersection. To be a point, the line has to cross right where the 4 boxes intersect. So keep that in mind. If you follow that red line, you can mark those 2 points that I marked because they touch the intersection of each box. So all you have to do is draw an L from the point on the left to the point on the right. So if the point on the left is lower than the point on the right, then you go up and right. In the bottom one, you're not going to go up and right because you won't touch the other line. You have to go down and right. Now, this is all you have to do to tell me the slope. Count boxes. So, how many boxes did I go up? 2 boxes. How many boxes did I go right? 3 boxes. My slope is the rise over the run. That's it. So, on number 2, we have to go down how many boxes? Down 4. Down 4 would be -4, and then right 1 would be +1. The slope for number 2 is the rise over the run. -4 divided by 1 equals -4. That's how you find the slope from graphs. Just draw an L and count your boxes. Any questions on 1 and 2? Now, on number 3 and 4, both questions are done with the slope formula. Slope formula, again, is m equals the second y minus the first y divided by the second x minus the first x. So, all you're trying to do here is replace these numbers with the numbers that are part of your points. So, we have to label the points. This will be the first point. This will be second point. If you label them backwards, it's okay, as long as you label them and you don't change your mind in the middle of the problem. Now we can plug in the numbers where they belong. The second y minus the first y would be 8 minus 6. And then on the bottom, you have the second x minus the first, so that'll be 8 minus 5. That will give you my slope. 8 minus 6 is 2. 8 minus 5 is 3. So the slope on number 3 is 2/3. Just like number 1. Now for number 4, it's the same thing. These numbers in the table are actually points. The first point could be 3, 5. The second point could be 5, 10. You could use any 2 points you want, but the bigger the points, the more you have to simplify. So I would recommend you always use points that are right next to each other so you don't have to simplify. So now we set this up the same way like when we were looking at points. The second y minus the first y would be 10 minus 5. And the second x minus the first x would be 5 minus 3. Now we solve this. 10 minus 5 would be 5. 5 minus 3 would be 2. My slope is 5 over 2. That means, for example, this could represent anything in a word problem. This could mean 5 beans create 2 farts. But with the slope, you can find out anything else. How much does 10 beans give you? Anybody? If I say the slope is 5/2. Then 10 beans would be how many farts? 4. 15 beans would be how many farts? 6. And you keep going. If you follow that pattern, you can create as many points as you need. But the simplified form, 5/2. Now there's one more step to number 3 and 4. Sometimes they don't give you one of these numbers, but they do give you the slope already. So let's do 2 examples like that. So the first one we're going to do, the 2 points are r, comma, 5, and 3, comma, -4. And they tell you that the slope equals 3. You're not doing this on your own. I'm going to do this one with you and let you try one on your own after. So, if they give you the 2 points, but they're missing a coordinate, they have to give you the slope. In this case, the same thing's going to happen. You're going to plug in things where they belong, and there's still going to be one thing missing, the r. We figure out what that value is, and we're done. So the slope formula, again, is m equals the second y minus the first y divided by the second x minus the first. So now, 3 goes where m is, because the slope is 3. So we have 3 equals -4 minus 5, because it's the second y minus the first, and 3 minus r, second x minus the first. Now, to make this easier, make sure you simplify the numerator. -4 minus 5 would be -9. So what we have is this. 3 equals -9 over 3 minus r. Now, I taught you guys how to do this on like 4 different lessons this year. When you have a fraction on both sides, you can cross multiply. So 3 times 3 minus r would be 3 parentheses 3 minus r. Bring the equal sign down and cross multiply the other way. 1 times -9 is -9. Now, 2 ways of going about this. You can distribute right now and work with bigger numbers, or you can divide both sides by 3 right now and work with smaller numbers. So we have 3 minus r equals -3. A lot easier to solve that than what we had. So now we subtract 3 from both sides. It gives me -r equals -6. R is not by itself. The coefficient is -1. We can't stop until the variable is by itself. So the last step is divide by the coefficient. We get r equals +6. That's the missing x coordinate from the first point. So use those same exact steps to try the next one on your own. The next one, 0, comma, -2, r, comma, 4, and the slope is 2. Try it on your own.
So my wish was granted. It is present on every career type in the hallway.
Tried it?
I tried Zovic, I tried Felipe, all of them. All of them have the exact